Stock market pounded for a second day in a row, the world reacting to President Trump's tariff announcements. Good afternoon, I'm Chris Aramsky. We are headed into the weekend with a stock market tailspin. Here's a tally of the damage done today on the markets. This is a live look at the big board right now. Obviously closed 3 o'clock. The Dow Jones dropped 2,200 points today. That's more than 5.5%. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ both took a nosedive, about 6%. It is the biggest decline since March of 2020, the height of the pandemic, and that is the same stat that we said yesterday when all those indexes lost a similar amount. That's in 2 days. China has slapped the U.S. with new retaliatory tariffs. Nervous investors are just hoping stronger than expected March job numbers might staunch some of the bleeding here. NBC's Yamiche Alcindor has the latest from Washington.
For the second straight day, the Dow plummeted as nervous investors pulled out of the market and countries began retaliating for President Trump's tariffs. But still, the president's standing firm.
It's going to be a booming country, a very booming country. It's going to be amazing, actually.
Today, China hitting back, imposing its own 34% tariff on all U.S. goods shipped into that country. President Trump responding on social media saying China played it wrong. They panicked. On the flip side, Vietnam. In another post, the president saying the general secretary of that country told him he wants to cut Vietnam's tariff to zero.
Tariffs are highly likely to generate at least a temporary rise in inflation. It's also possible that the effects could be more persistent.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell signaling the central bank won't move on interest rates until it gets a clearer picture of the impact of the tariffs. But how long until that happens? The uncertainty bringing the market down. NBC's Christine Romans reporting from the stock market floor.
They don't know if this is President Trump negotiating with other countries or if these really will be baseline tariffs that stay on.
This all comes as Americans are caught in the middle of this growing trade war.
My wife already has actually started to sort of penny pinch, not overbuy.
Experts say the tariffs could cost the average family at least $3,800 a year, with wages going down for lower income families and prices of everything from shoes to produce going up. And despite all of the fear and the worry, there was a bright spot today. The March jobs report came in at a higher number than expected. Employers added more than 280,000 jobs. Still, the unemployment rate did tick up a bit. Yamiche Alcindor, NBC News, Washington.
If you're worried about tariffs, here are the items that experts say will quickly become more expensive at the grocery store. Most produce that is grown overseas, from bananas to avocados, local grocery store owners say those prices will likely go up quickly because the items are perishable and new shipments are coming in every day. Market analysts say with packaged items, we won't see as much of a price increase because those items have more wiggle room with pricing and the companies have more room to absorb the cost of those tariffs.
You always price to value. That means you try to set a price that is roughly equal to what people think it's worth. Not what it costs to produce, but what they think it's worth.